Yo, what up, Noah? Holy London sell-off. Yeah, 2 days in a row. Dean, what up? Why is it a bank holiday? It's not. Most definitely not a bank holiday. What is today's prayer? I got a verse pulled up here. When we get more people in here, I'll read it. Good morning, crusty crew. No, not yet, Chris. Not yet. Took a pre-market trade today, lost 200, but today's my last day on this email. Why do you say that? Drawing liquidity. This Asia low. I mean, we got sell side down here. We also have London high, Asia high, and then previous Asia. Did I have that marked out wrong? I don't know why. This is true day, so I don't know why that's there. Marked out true day as Asia. We got London high and Asia high up there. Right. Chop. London high, Asia high. Got Asia low. Got a sell side down here. A lot of liquidity to the downside on book map right now. Jay, what's up, man? I'm out of time. Oh, I got you. Did you go to the gym today? No, not yet. It's only 9 o'clock, man. I don't usually go in the morning. I go after afternoon. Call me SpongeBob, the way I be flipping these stocks. Yeah, I'm not. My Forex doesn't say bank holiday. I'm not sure what you're seeing there. Make sure you're on the right day. Today's March 19th, 2026. We had unemployment claims at 8:30. We had Philly Fed at 8:30, and we got new home sales at 10. But that's orange folder news. Not too concerned with that. Could have a little effect, but I'm not that concerned with it. Imagine a pump to the upside. We potentially. Oil prices keep going up. That's not going to happen, though. We'll see. They've been hovering around this mid-90s area for the past 2 days. Hang on 1 second. Got a phone call. Sorry about that. Good morning, good morning. Early afternoon gym chef, so quiet here. Hate the crowds, yeah. It's spring break right now for my school. The gym's been so dead, dude. I love it. It's usually super packed in the afternoons when I like to go. Good morning, good morning. How long you been trading? 5 years. What are you thinking your bias is for today? I still think we sell off, man, but I think it'll be herky-jerky on the way down. So you got to be careful with your sizing. Thoughts on Apex? I like them. I trade with them. I think that it is crazy how you can stack 20 funded accounts at a time. Big payouts. Dakota, check out Lucid. They don't have a time limit on their evals. That's one of the huge draws for newer traders for Lucid is they don't have a time limit. They don't have that 30-day time limit like other, the resubscription time limit. You in Florida? No, I'm in North Carolina. I spent time in Florida though. I haven't recently. I say that I haven't been down there recently, but for a period of time I was spending a lot of time down there. Up 1K-ish, nice. If I had $1 for every time someone said long or short in live, I'd be rich. Yeah. People just want signals, man. Big line of orders there. It's just a line in the sand type of deal. We break through that. It'd be interesting. I like the flex account. The reason I do the Lucid Flex is because they do not have a consistency rule in funded. So you can sit there and run it up. What are your thoughts about managing accounts with more than one firm? I feel like if you're not taking a payout, you're not taking consistent payouts with one account, then there's no reason to do that. But if you're taking consistent payouts with one account, I think that is definitely what you need to definitely start buying more accounts and increasing your portfolio. It's going slow, Jay. I got 10 of them right now. They're all up like $700 or something. I've only traded it once this week. Legacy, I get what you're saying, but at least you're catching them on the eval. I mean, what you could do, I don't always recommend this to people, but some people this works well, is you could trade the eval, but have it copy trading over to your fundeds too. Sometimes that helps with the psychological aspect of things. Exactly. Slow and steady wins the race, man. Did I take any trades yesterday? Yeah, I took several. I ended up down about 170 per funded account. Should have stopped after the first one, man. I was up $300, and then I gave some of it back. Was up 70. Then I took two more. Ended up down 170. The funny thing was the moves that I was trading played out. It's just I got stopped out before they played out. It's always frustrating when that happens. What's the best tip you could give me to pass an eval? Slow and steady, man. Slow and steady. Don't focus on the dollar amounts. Just focus on trading a strategy, executing with discipline, and following your rules. That's the best advice I could give you. Dave, what's up, man? How many micros, minis do you typically trade? I usually trade one mini. With my trading style, that's just the way that I do it. Do you have any other trading? Do you have any other income besides trading, like any side hustles? I got some other stuff in the works, man, but this is my main source of income at the moment. I got some other stuff that I'm getting more and more involved with, but right now this is the main deal. It's really the main deal only because I'm limited about my time commitment because of school. As soon as school's over with, I can start ramping up the other stuff I got going on. You called FOMC to a T yesterday? Yeah, I figured it was going to be pretty boring, man. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Same to you. With top ticking, how much should I risk? I wouldn't focus on top or bottom ticking. I'd just focus on taking a solid trade that's correct. Top or bottom ticking is stupid in my opinion. I mean, if it happens to happen, that's one thing. But if you're just constantly focused on that, I think that's not necessarily the best way to go about things. Yep, me too, stuffed. Me too, man. That's multifamily. It's the first avenue. Dip my toes in that water a little bit, but we're gonna get a little more heavy into it as soon as school's over with. What are you studying? Economics right now. How's the coding class? Kicking my ass, dude. I just bombed a test last week. Completely blanked. It's getting more complicated. It was pretty basic at first. It was just like, basic commands, like coding commands for Python. And now it's gotten way more complex. I didn't think it was going to ramp up that fast, but it did. And I'm like, all of a sudden I feel like I got smacked. Yeah. My parents do rentals for both commercial and residential. They love it. Yeah. Micro or macro? Oh, economics. It's not I'm not concentrated on one or the other. It's just a general BA in econ. Yeah, apparently I can't either, man. I know how to click my mouse button. That's what I've gotten good at. It is cool though. It's super interesting to me. I wish my brain was more geared for that type of stuff, like being able to. I'm not good at remembering lines of code like that. I wish it was better at retaining. I can remember the most trivial, like historical knowledge and like dates and things like that. That's how my brain works. My brain works well with that kind of stuff. But like remembering lines of code, for some reason, that's not. I haven't found a way to make my brain work that way. Bearish market today. We'll see. Big line right here at 24,400. It's not even ones and zeros. It's like it's words, but it's different orders, and it's the orders of words and things like that. Like you should look up like Python scripts. There you go, Everett. Ones and zeros, I think, is like binary. Thoughts on today? I feel like ES is way underpriced. Underpriced? So you think it's going to go up? We coded MySpace back in the day. We did. I made websites and stuff back in the day, man, with like HTML or whatever, HTML scripts and things like that. And I was like 10. And now like this stuff feels complicated. VWAP? VWAP is way up there on mine. The anchor for 6 p.m. from last night, VWAP is at 24.527-ish. And then on this one, it's at, on TradingView, I think it's a session anchor on here, it's at 24.572. It's the young status kicking in. Is this ES? No, this is NQ. I'm bearish today. I can see that for sure. That's a strong push right there. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick before this gets going. I've been drinking a lot of water this morning. I'll be back in 2 seconds. And I'm definitely muted. I have your YouTube pulled up on my laptop for Bookmap. Very useful. VWAP is at 24.525 on Bookmap right now. Full TP hit, very nice. Sleepy? Yeah. Wake up. It's a heck of a pump there. 10 minutes till market open. What are we hitting today in the gym? It was legs yesterday, chest the day before that, shoulders the day before that. So today is back and by. Back and by. And core. I've been throwing core in on virtually every workout, trying to tighten up. What's up, Chris? You said that yesterday, Luis. How long you been lifting? You look great. Appreciate that, man. Started when I was about 14. Took a pretty long break from time I was 21 until I was like 27, 28, something like that. 28. And I'm 33 now. So I've been working out for a little over 4 years consistently again. Shows book map, yeah. This is ES right here. Get these looking cleaner for you guys. ES NQ. It's not looking the cleanest right now because you just have so much on both sides here, but yeah, pretty even. What would you tell someone trying to quit weed? Man, that's tough. Working out helped me when I was trying to get off of stuff. Working out helps a lot. It's tough though. Once you get past like the first couple of days, man, it gets easier. It's that first couple of days that really are the toughest. What's up, JR? Could I explain roughly how to read bookmap? Yeah, right now it looks pretty jumbled up. It's not usually like this. What I like to see is where you have this liquidity in one clear direction. So, you know, you kind of have a bunch of liquidity stacked on both sides of price at the moment. No way you trade like this, Tom. You're unaware of what this is. This is called bookmap. This is level 2 data. So what you like to see typically is price headed towards the liquidity, the stronger liquidity in a certain direction. You want to see a breakout in that direction. Look for, me personally, the way I traded, I look for small pullbacks. Like if this area turns out to be a breakout, I'd look for a small pullback to this area right here where price began the breakout, and you'd want to enter. But you want to see a large liquidity pool that we want to target on the way down. You can't just be trading down into nothing. So these are volume dots. The bigger the dot, the more volume there is at that level being executed. So right now it's a pretty strong sell. You see how it pulled back to that breakout spot and now it's dumping. That's typically how I trade that. It's amazing how many people don't know about bookmap, but tons of traders use this, man. Your average TikTok trader that you guys probably come across doesn't use this. But the majority of serious professional traders 100% use bookmap. Yeah, it's a little expensive. It's a little over 100 a month. But I mean, one trade where you're crushing it pays for that tenfold. I don't know if you remember me, but it's been a month since I quit. Hey, there you go, man. Congratulations. No, it's not quant. No, it's level 2 data. This guy said ATR indicator and grok is all you need. Oh boy. Is it for confluence or your active opponent mainly? You can do both. I highly recommend it if you're trading any sort of supply and demand or ICT or whatever you're trading, that using it as an added confluence. I mean, even the best ICT traders, they use it as a confluence. But I like to, I'll lean pretty heavily into it and use it solely to take a trade without any sort of other, you know, structural strategy in terms of like ICT or something like that. I trade ICT in conjunction with bookmap, but I lean way heavy into bookmap. I would say over the past couple months, 90% of my trades have been strictly bookmap trades. Where's the data coming from? Chicago Mercantile Exchange, directly from the exchange. So you're getting it via either bookmap, and they purchase it through the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, so they're feeding it directly to you, or you can pay through Rhythmic, or you can pay through DX Feed, all of which come from the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Can people successfully trade just by looking at the charts? I mean, some people do, yeah, for sure. What up, Christian? How's it going, man? Eden, what's up, man? 3 minutes and 30 seconds till market open. Yeah, there's plenty of people that make tons of money without using Bookmap. The people who I know that make the most money trading, though, all use Bookmap. You see how it bounced right off that SMA on the 15 there? It's crazy. Tons of liquidity just stacked up under us here. Couple of orders up in the 40s now. 24 440s. Up to a couple orders flashing in the 50s, but there's a ton of liquidity to the downside, down to the 24 400 level. I dropped to a little lower time frame here. I was on ES, sorry guys. Yeah, 24 400 right here. Got 100 and here it comes. I think this 400 level is about to get smacked. Absolutely, yeah. Extra compliments, yeah, for sure. Does Bookmap also read gold and silver futures? It does, but you have to pay for a separate data feed. So you got to pay for the COMEX data feed or whatever it's called. So you need the CME data for futures for NASDAQ and ES. I think it's COMEX for silvers and other silver and gold and others. It doesn't want to break this level down here in the 20s. Keep projecting those low 20s into the teens. I think at market open, this is just going to get demolished to the downside here. Could be wrong though. This new Dune trailer got me hyped. I watched it yesterday. I watched the trailer. I don't get it. I'm gonna try to get into Dune over the weekend. I'm sure you can find a data feed for Forex for it. Yeah, I don't recommend Forex, JR. I really don't, man. Especially when you're brand new. Full porting short. Be careful. I was wrong at market open yesterday, so it eventually went in the right way, but I was wrong at open. What up, Matthew? What are we waiting for right now? We're waiting for the market to open in 15 seconds. And just slam to this downside. Orders in the 30s popping up right now. There's that downside. Just shorted. Nicholas, did you do it actually, or are you messing around? Just made 600 off the dump. There you go. $750 at open. There you go. Nah, I lost 500 today. That's my daily limit. Need 3K to pass. Don't want to chase wins. There you go. Smart. That's discipline. Drop into the 1 minute here. Should have put my parents' crib on shorts. Made 500 off the dump. Very nice. You can, JR. You can do that all at the same time. It just depends. I do a market order typically. I execute a market order and immediately set a stop loss. I don't do limit orders for the most part. Just made 250 on this. Very nice. Trying the burrito model today. I smell an orb. Aaron, what's up, man? Just about to gamble for real. First payout going into a 12-leg parlay. We'll see if this Asia low gets taken now. Don't do that, Kyle. I've only been trading 5 years. 1 hour bullish order block. Orders coming in higher here. If you trade open, you're blowing your funded first day. Find a strat. We laugh, but some people might be serious about evals. I've listened to guys talk about some things that they've done going into debt with trading when they're first starting, and it's like, dude, chill out. Switch to paper. Keep good on paper. Give me a 30-second summary of what trading is. Yeah, you're analyzing different sets of data to determine whether you think price is about to go up or down. If you think it's going to go down, you sell the position. You sell a contract in order to buy that contract back at a lower price in order to make a profit. Hang on one second. Seeing what these orders are doing here. I think this is about to dump. And if you think price is going to go up, you can buy a position and then you sell it back at a higher price for profit. That's basically the general concept. Bookmap delayed for you? No, you got to pay for data. I'd be surprised if we don't take Asia here. I'd be pretty surprised. There you go, Everett. You use take profit more? What do you mean? I use them all about the same. I don't trust this leaving Asia behind like that. Bunch of orders piling up above us. Verse of the day, Galatians 5:22-23. The fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Against such things there is no law. The ones that are trying to be like me. Yeah, strange. way on Bookmap to have where price is always on the center of the screen? Yeah, there is. Right click and hit auto center. Right click on price on the right side and hit auto center. Or last price, something like, yeah, last price. But it like moves it around. It looks weird when you do that. Sell now. I don't do signals, man. You trade how you want to trade. Got a tea time in about an hour. Can't take too much of this. What time do you set your session for? What do you mean? There you go, Nando. Have a good day, man. Like your trading session indicator. Oh, the ICT kill zone and pivots? GMT 5 is the time zone. That. Not gonna do that ever. I do, yeah. I do. It's the same name. Jonathan. Is that how you say your name? Jonathan? It's the same name. You've passed your commitment. I'm good on that. Should I call it a day? I'm in drawdown, but made 500 bucks. That's totally your call, man. I'm not too thrilled with what I'm seeing so far. I'm kicking myself. I'm not really. I mean, that short at open was clear as possible. Bro, your strategy hopping like crazy. Just pick it. It's a whole lot less about the strategy and way more about the psychology. Just pick a strategy that makes sense to you, that's easy to find, and then focus on your psychology more than anything. Or preaching at facility. That'll definitely be on the agenda. Have a good day, Matt. Take care. Yeah, I don't like the fact that we left that Asia down there. We took it on ES earlier, but we left it on NQ. I might try to get in on this. Keep a really tight stop here. See how the book map looks here in just a second. Exactly, Matthew. Took 1-to-1 up 100. Nice. Got the rainbow going on. New watch? No, I've had that one. Had that one for a while. How's bookmap looking? Indecisive. Kind of watch is it? It is a little beater watch, just a beat around watch. Yeah, it's not. I need to see a breakout. What's the setup to enter a trade? A clear direction really would be one of them. I'm looking for bookmap to be very clear. We did tap into that hourly order block. We dug pretty deep into it, actually. But I'm just hesitant with any sort of longs here with Asia down there still. Touching VWAP here on the book map at 24,475. Pushed right through it. Pulled right back under it real quick. It's starting to pick up heavy to the upside here. I'm thinking about taking a stab at a long. Let's see how this behaves at this level. I want this break of structure here. We've got 3.5 minutes till the candle closes. All right, Bez, take care, man. A lot of liquidity piled up above us here into the 25,500s. Get a pullback here. I might take a stab at a long, keep a relatively tight stop. It would look something like this. Where would I want my, it's not, it's, dude, it's getting ready to just take off. Give me a pullback. Deeper. There you go. That is a strong pullback. I'm going to put my stop just below the SMA right here. Target ultimately would be London, but that's going to be, I don't need that much profit. But we'll see. Just leave it there for right now. Tons of orders here stacked above us in the 500s and then all the way up to 530 basically. It's a pretty wide stop. It's not one to break this 500 level here. $520 is where the most of this liquidity stacked up to. See if we hit that. Yeah, because that's called break even, which is what I'm probably gonna do right there, just to be safe. I'll see a push to this 530 level, and then I'll debate if I want to keep holding this. There's 530. I'm going to move stops aggressive here because we're going to hit that VWAP, I think. There we go. I'll take that. This is pulling back to the VWAP on Bookmap, it looks like. Maybe not though. Bookmap VWAP is at 24,475. Right there. Yeah. So I'm glad I got out right there. How much did you make right there? 500 times 13. Or 451 times 13. A little bit of slippage. Tristan. Running 10 Apex accounts, but I have, those are evals right now. I have 5 funded Lucid accounts, 5 funded Tradeify accounts, and 3 funded Take Profit accounts. That's what those were on. Can I show book map? Yeah. Let's trade this. Let's take a trade on this alpha futures. I feel like I've been neglecting alpha. I got an alpha futures eval, advanced account. Well, no, I don't want to trade that right now because the drawdown on those is so tight. I have 2 take profit evals. What are these 2 take profit evals? Book map is empty. We got Philly Fed at 10, so in 1 minute, or not Philly Fed, but new home sales. That's why the book map just cleared out. It's orange folder news, but that's why the book map is clear at the moment. Remember to journal, absolutely. Great example of base hit right there. Exactly, Dave. That's what I appreciate that, man. I'm not tooting my own horn, but you hit the nail on the head. Those base hits stack up quick, man. And it's important to lock those accounts and not keep trading. Let's see how this reacts with this news coming out here. 10 seconds. I'm up 1,200 on 2 accounts and done for the day. Hey, have a good one, man. That's a great day right there. Congratulations. New home sales were down by a lot. The forecast was 722,000. They came in at 587,000. So this is pumping here. I should have gotten back in for this other eval. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know why they don't. Tons of orders above us here. Bouncing off the VWAP on TradingView. Let's see what happens. I think this is headed up. Get stopped out. Yeah, that's why I moved my stop so tight. What does that mean? Means there wasn't as many homes that sold. Means the housing market is go for the 15K payout. That'd be nice. I watched. There's a dude who I watch. He's a retired military guy, and he hit 15K on each of his alpha accounts yesterday. He had like $120,000 day yesterday on funded. What's his name? I gotta shout him out. He doesn't have that many followers, but he's legit. What's his name? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna tell you what his name is. Logan something, I think. I commented on his post. Let's see. Y'all gotta check this guy out. Comment history. Yeah, here we go. Dude's name is Logan CSO. Absolutely crushed it. Yeah, Logan CSO. Dude is a beast. I want to get in on this, but we're struggling to break this VWAP. Wouldn't that mean bearish? Not necessarily. It's interesting, man. Sometimes you see news events and you're like, oh, we're about to go down for sure. And the market just takes off. It's like, wait, what? So the market can interpret things differently. It's got a different reaction than what you would normally. I mean, it's not always what you would expect. Is this S&P? No, this is NQ. When do you recommend buying Bookmap? I'd say use your first payout to pay for Bookmap. They're stacked into the 30s and then all the way up to the 50s and then to the 70s, but we're getting some heavy resistance there at the VWAP. How much is Bookmap with data? So the Bookmap subscription for Global Plus, I want to say it's $80 a month or around there, and then with the data you pay for separately. So if you get just the CME data, I think it's another $35 on top of that. It's around there. It's a little over $100 a month. Trump tweeting, what's he saying? Talking about windmills. Trading back below the SMA here, bouncing off of it. Nice to have ChristianTrades with us on Thursday. It's nice to not be in class. Yeah, that's why I tried to make sure everybody knew I was going to be live today because it's spring break, so I don't have class today. Yeah, the Logan CSO. Yeah, he's a beast. I don't know how he doesn't have a bigger following on social media. Depends on what if you're trading prop firms, you get taxes at 1099, so basically like a private contractor. If you're trading your own personal capital, it's a 60-40 short-term, long-term capital gains, which is actually a better tax setup. He's a big boy. He's former military. He does work out. He's a big boy. I watched him trying to get into a Huracan. Made me second guess what I got going on. Made 284. There you go. Yeah, he's a big boy. Yeah, we took a long. got in on this pullback in here, and we rode it up to the VWAP or to the somewhere in there. Made about $451 times 13 fundeds. Now I'm looking for an eval trade. Need about 2,600 to pass. Slow and steady, man. Those $284 trades add up. I wouldn't be focused on like trying to pass it all in one day stunt. Just take your win and I'd walk away. You know, you can if you're doing $500 days tomorrow and Friday, potentially if you can find some trades, tomorrow and Monday you could pass. If you overtrade today, then you create more work for yourself. You're already up. Why give any of it back, you know? Especially with the way Bookmap's looking right now. It needs to really show me something. It's not looking too great, Heather. How much did you start with? What do you mean, Roman? Bez, if you made the 3K, yeah, you pass, but it takes until the end of the day for it to register. It'll be around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock tonight, Eastern time. You gotta wait for the end of the trading day. And for their systems to catch up. That is Lucid so on top of it with theirs though, man. You pass it, you can immediately activate your funded and start trading it. It's wild how they do that. They're setting the standard in the industry for sure. Payout speed, activation speed, all that. You don't trade you shouldn't trade personal capital if you're just starting out, Roman. You trade on paper, and then you switch to prop firms. And then when I started trading, I didn't do that. I did start with personal capital. I was trading Forex. I started with close to $10,000 and got absolutely cooked. Do not recommend doing that. That's not the most wise route to take. You will get cooked, I can assure you. I think having Lucid as a base and Tradeify and take profit, that's good to have that as the foundation of your portfolio. And then once you're taking payouts with them, that's when you scale up to the 20 Apex accounts. That's kind of how I look at it. Would I take longs here? Not necessarily. We're starting to stack some liquidity to the downside here on the Bookmap. No, I got out of that trade. Took that profit and got out. Exactly, Bez. I do not use Top Step. No, I don't want to be stuck trading on their platform. I like trading with Tradeivate and TradingView. 447. I might try to get in on this short here. Let's see how this candle closes. See if it stays below the VWAP here. You taking a trade? Yeah, took a long. We're trying to look for an eval trade now. I appreciate that, Hugo. TradeSync. TradeSync is how you link all your accounts. We're bouncing around on this VWAP here on Bookmap. As you can see, bounced right off of it. Strong push up, holy moly. Yeah, no problem, Bez. Good thing I waited for that candle to close. You want to see clear direction with order flow. You want to see clear direction and strong momentum, like you're seeing right now. Holy shoot. There's clear direction here. There's a lot of orders above us. It's tempting. We got 15 seconds till this 1 minute closes. We'll see how the new one opens above this VWAP here. It wants to go higher, I think. Hopefully I can get something to get in on here. There's a strong pullback. Let's see if it stays above right here, if it goes back below. I'm going to take a stab here, and I'm going to put my stop just below the VWAP. So if it dumps back below that, this order's up into the 70s here. See if we can hit that area around there. If this pushes back below the VWAP, I'll just get stopped out, which it's about to do potentially. Yeah, see. It's worth a try there. Strong pushback down, holy crap. There's not really orders underneath us here. Here's the book map. It's not a ton down there, but we're getting a strong dump. How much do you pay for book map? A little over 100 a month. Shorted that at 518. Nice. How's the ES looking? There's a couple of orders down there at the VWAP. Look at all that liquidity above us here. That's what I was trying to target. Bounce through the VWAP right there. Right back off of it. Yes, they are limit orders at the top, yeah. Bro, what is this? Book map. Book map. Level 2 data. That chart, it's called Bookmap, level 2 data. This feels great. Don't give any of it back, man. See, that happens. You gotta be careful. Luckily, it worked out in your favor that time. A little bit. It's on the tube, Jay. If you go to the tube, it is on there. It jumbles up this chart too much on TikTok if I do that. It's hard to read any of it if I do it that way. Hey, that's all right, Tim. It's better than, I mean, we're getting ready to dump, I think. So if you were long, you know, you at least made 400 instead of losing money. Potentially could dump. I mean, I'm starting to see some momentum to the downside here with orders stacked up down to 24,450. So we'll see what happens here. Yeah, we took a trade on fundeds, made $451, and then just took one trade on an eval. Got stopped out. Somehow there was some major slippage. It was two evals copy traded together, negative 130 on one and negative 260 on the other. What Lucid account would you recommend? The Flex accounts for sure. Nice break of structure, then tap back in here. Tapped right into that 15. See how well that holds. Yeah, there's one on Tradeify. There's not on Lucid. Oh, consistency. There is on Lucid. It's 50% consistency, I believe, on the Flex accounts, if I'm not mistaken. Lucid Flex, consistency. Yeah, 50% on the Flex accounts. For the eval, not the funded. There's no consistency in funded. If you're looking at the Pro account, I think you're correct about the Pro account. There's no consistency on the Pro, but there is a consistency on the funded. Flex is the way to go. You don't want a consistency in funded. Consistency is just like when you go to take a payout, one of your total days can't be more than a certain percentage of your total profits. Or if you're trying to pass one, you have to, like for instance, if you're trading a Lucid Flex and they have a 50% consistency, if the target profit is $3,000, no one day can be more than a $1,500 profit day. The pros are good, but the whole reason I went with the Flex is because of the no consistency in funded. Showing some movement to the downside here. Just keeping an eye on it. We're tapping into that 15-minute gap. We've hit the CE of it. See if it completely fills it. Correct. Yeah, they make it so you can't just YOLO a trade. Just filled that 15. What am I trading right now? I'm trading NASDAQ futures. NASI futures. going to 219. I got some stuff marked out down there, but need to see some strong momentum. There you go, Matthew. Make sure you lock out so that you don't go back and then it doesn't place any orders without your knowledge. You think Project X will be better than Lucid? No. I'm not really sure about that question either, because you're comparing a platform to a firm. You're talking about TradeC with Lucid? I have looked at it, yeah. I look at it pretty frequently. It's interesting. Dennis, I can count on you, man. You're in shorts? Highly upset. Yeah, you got to make sure you clear all the orders and lock out so that it doesn't do that bull crap. All right, Matthew, we'll see you, man. Have a good day. You don't really necessarily want to concern yourself with getting in super early. You just want to be right. I'd rather be late to the party and make money than to be early and then get stopped out. You know what I mean? Maxing. So what you want to see is a clear breakout in a direction. You want to see a pullback potentially where that breakout began, or a level where there was some resistance. Then you'd put your stops just above that, like I just did in that trade you saw a second ago. I have no idea how to use Deep DOM. This is called Bookmap. This is a level 2 data software. You download it from their website. You don't look at this on their website. You look at it on your computer. Is it worth it? I definitely think it's worth it, man. I wouldn't trade without it. It takes a while to get used to and to start figuring out how to interpret it properly. But once you get good at it and you use it as at least an added confluence to your trades, I noticed a very sharp increase in my winnings. My ability to see, hey, this is where I need to take profit and get out, rather than let the trade keep running, or this is where we're about to head. Yeah, you definitely want to have ES still up there so you can bounce back and forth and see what you have going on ES as well as NQ. There's a lot of liquidity below us on ES right now, down to 66.20. How much is Bookmap? A little over 100 a month. What I think about quant trading, I think those guys are very intelligent. The ones who are actually quant traders, like with Jane Street and other firms like that, not the guys who are sitting there in their room on TikTok claiming to be quant traders with their Ivy League educations. The people who are trading for Jane Street and those other major quant firms, those guys are some of the smartest and strangest individuals you'll ever meet. I've met a couple of them. They're interesting. I shouldn't say strange. They're interesting. Most of them have computer science backgrounds. That's what a lot of them went to school for. Did you catch the longs this morning? I did catch a long. Yeah, I did. India banning a firm for ethics is kind of ironic. This acts like it wants to break loose to the downside. Yeah, Aaron, probably that's probably who I'm thinking of. No, I'm not going to school for quant. What exactly is quant trading? Quant trading is trading using mathematical models and algorithms that you basically create yourself, or that are provided, typically proprietary to the firm you're with, or operating based on large data sets that are analyzed quantitatively. What the market doing? I should go down so I can lock my account and go about my day. What do I want to see on Bookmap? I don't want to see this consolidation like we're starting to get some clear direction here. I'm tempted to, if I can get a pullback here before we absorb these orders down at 400, then I might take a stab in this area coming up, right? Potentially here. Got orders into the 30s here. Let's see if we reject this 30s, and yeah, I'm gonna take a small stab here. And these orders down at 400 would be my target. If we can get that momentum. If not, I'm gonna get out right at 42. And if this stops me out, that's my last eval trade on these two accounts for today. Needs to break these 20s, otherwise this doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Break the 20s, doesn't look good. It's gonna hit the stop. Nope, back down to the 20s. Here we go. Break them. Break them. Break them. Just doesn't want to break that 20. Probably get stopped out here. Yeah, boom. Just barely missed it. If this goes to TP now, that's gonna be awesome. No, it's definitely getting stopped. 2 evals, 1 funded. 2 stop outs on eval. I think is about what's about to happen here. That's not, I don't usually get stopped out twice in a row. Yeah. That's all for those evals for today. Might be all for me in general. It's gonna hit the stop loss and go down. Any tips? I'm a 16-year-old. I'm a 16-year-old who's learning currently. Keep learning, man. Stick to paper trade. Take your time. You're starting very young. Look at this pump. This is just wonky, dude. There's nothing on the book map that's showing us that this was about to happen. Yeah, the fundeds are all that matter. Yeah, I was just trading it to go down. That's what a sell is. took that on your funded, don't do that. If I'm trading an eval, do not take the same trade that I'm taking on a funded. If I'm trading an eval, I don't know if you were doing that completely on your own or if you were doing that because I took it, but do not. If I'm taking an eval trade, I'm going to take more risk than I would take on a funded. That's why, as Hugo just said, never seen Christian take so many trades. If I'm going to trade an eval, I'll be willing to take a little more risk and be a little more trigger happy. If I'm trading a funded, I'm going to be very cautious with my trades. How long you been trading? 5 years. Caught some great longs this morning. Y'all have a good one. You too, man. Congrats on being green. Those are good longs. Nice. Yeah, Lucid's nice, man. I like Lucid. Heavy orders up here in the teens on the 5, starting at like 500 and then up to 520 basically. Any thoughts on crypto? Keep holding, man. Keep holding. Oh, I'm definitely not worried about an eval stop out, man. I just don't want people losing their funded money on me taking an eval trade. Jesus is king. Glad you're here, man. I'm in long 66.55 on ES. That's your TP, 66.55? Or that's where you got in? I was going to say, you got in at the exact wrong time if you got in up there. TP is that swing high, I'm guessing. 50 points in profit, took it all the way in one candle. Yeah, that sucks, man. That's rough. Broke a rule, took a trade with no clear direction. Yeesh. Call it a day, man. If you broke a rule, you got to put yourself in timeout. Go for a run. That's a good idea. Do you own a prop firm? Negative. How long have you been trading? 5 years. Classes are going great. Why not? Why prop firms? Why not paper trade till profit, then micro, then mini? That's exactly what I would recommend people doing, Michael. That's exactly what I recommend people doing. Highly recommend that. What made you say otherwise? Best prop firm? Depends on the way you trade and what you're, I think right now Lucid all around is one of the best firms. I use VWAP and Bookmap and ICT concepts to make sense of the market, but I lean heavily into Bookmap. What's Bookmap? Bookmap is level 2 data software. Yes. Yeah, I have no clue what this wants to do here. Tapping into a couple gaps here, support below us. We'll see. Yeah, shows you where the buyers are and sellers are placing orders and how aggressive those orders are being placed, how much volume there is, and it also shows you where orders are stacked up in the market. Limit orders are stacked up in the market. I am not in the trade, no. Sitting here watching Bookmap. Put my phone down on the floor while I went to drive, clicked sell at the bottom by accident, and lost the account when I checked again. That's tough, Nicholas. You think we'll expand to the upside? I don't know, man. It just seems like it wants to chop in this range. I'm not really sure. I like to put, if I'm going to enter a trade, Jack, I like to have my stops below, right where there was a breakout, basically, or like the trade I took earlier was below that VWAP. I was using that as a level of support, and I said, okay, if we're going to break it back below the VWAP, it's probably going to go lower, which it did. So I kept myself from losing more money than I needed to. There's just different, you can use structure, like a swing point. You can also, I use Bookmap heavily. You can see areas where price was rejecting constantly. So I usually will put my stops just below those rejection points. Oh, JR, you asked me what kind of PC I have. It's a custom built PC, JR, if you're still in here. I built it myself, sorry. I saw that comment way long ago and I forgot to answer you. I built it myself. Would you recommend getting a PC before or after you're profitable? Currently using a phone. Definitely recommend using a computer before. Using a phone is a more advanced level. I honestly don't trade unless I've learned my lesson that I don't trade away from this setup right here. I'm just not in my zone if I'm not at my setup. But yeah, Jack, I look for structural areas to place my stops. I don't like risking a whole lot. I want to find out quickly that I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I want to find out quickly. I don't want to sit there and wait. So sometimes that causes me to get stopped out quickly and I'll have to re-enter a trade. But I'd rather do that than have a really wide stop and find out that I'm wrong, $500 or $600 deep into drawdown. I'd rather risk $150, $200 and then know and be able to re-enter if it turns out that I was right. I just had a tight stop. I think that's just a better way to approach things. I mean, you can also do it way too tight also and just not allow your trades to breathe. So it's kind of a fine, there's a balance there you got to find. Is my Lucid account connected to TradingView? Yes. I posted a video on how to do that, OGK, because it seemed like a lot of people were having trouble with it. And that video that I posted isn't just exclusive to Lucid. It can, whatever firm you're trading with, if you can trade with if you can select a Trade-Evade plan, you can use that same method to connect your account to TradingView. Depends on what your goals are for the day and what your rules are, lawyer. It just depends, man. It depends. It depends on what a 40% partial looks like too. Depends on, I mean, if that 40% is like a $600 or $700 profit, I'd say that's a good day. I wouldn't try to push it. I just blew another one, dang it. Fran. What's your YouTube? It's the same name, ChristianTrades Live. No. Do not use the reverse trade button. If you're wrong, let yourself be wrong and take a break. I don't like to take trades back to back like that. And that is literally like not even back to back. That's gambling, in my opinion. That's just not a good rule of thumb. You better be more convinced about a trade then you should never be able to justify hitting the reverse button like that. Unless something happens, like there's just an attack of some sort, or something crazy just happened in the news. And even then I would sit tight. That orange line is a VWAP? No, those are orders. You're talking about, oh, I thought you were looking at Bookmap. No, that's the SMA. Blue line is VWAP. That's SMA. VWAP is this blue line. I'd never recommend that. Barkler, never recommend that. Shorts? I don't know. We're just chopping right now. There are orders down at below us, but that could change quickly. Who said I was profitable, JB? What are you thinking about ES? It's basically keeping track of NQ. Order book just shifted slightly. So it's just unpredictable at the moment. It's better to sit on your hands. There you go, Eden. Yeah, trail has stopped. Tushiv, what up? YM doesn't typically lead NQ. ES does, but YM doesn't usually lead like that. Man, I got a headache. See how this order book just shifted? There was orders down there below us, and it completely just shifted the upside. Looks like I'm stressing? No, I got a headache. I'm not in a trade. What platform do you trade with on Lucid? I use Tradeovate. I did. I took a long on the fundeds. We made some money on that, 13 fundeds, and then I've taken 2 L's on eval. Get migraines frequently and it's trash. Yeah, it sucks. I've been drinking plenty of water, man. I've had a bottle and a half of this already today with minerals in it. And yeah, it's probably sleep or food. Come hunt with me this year. I need someone to drag a 300-pound deer out of the bush. Where are you at, Everett? Johnny Sins. Johnny Sins of trading. This is just acting wonky. There's tons of orders up into the 40s and then the 50s here, but doesn't act like it wants to talk to them. Look at that, just immediate dump. Just into nothing there. So all you got is have a stop loss. Yeah, be careful trading this anymore today, guys. It's not ideal. least if you're using book. Have you ever tried meme coins? No. Northern Alberta. Okay. That sounds like that would be sick. Any trades today? Yeah, we took along with our fundeds, made some money in that, and then we've gotten stopped out twice on my TP. I have 2 TPT evals that I'm trying to pass. Down 500 in those. Any trades yet? Yeah. Long, we made money on that in the fundeds, and then 2 positions that we took on eval and got stopped out. We're negative 500 in eval plus 451 in fundeds. When should I get my first funded account? What? Where are you in your trading? How long have you been learning? Also, just for reference in terms of vernacular, it's not called buying a fund, it's called buying an eval, just so you know. A funded is what you get after you pass the eval. They convert the eval to a funded account. And the reason I would say that matters is you can buy a funded. You can buy straight to funded accounts. They're just expensive. So I think what you mean is you're planning to buy an eval. I took 3 losses in a nice short to put me up, 175. There you go. What do you think about Top Step? I'm not a fan. I don't like being stuck with their platform. And there's just been some issues that I've seen other people have that I'm not interested in dealing with. There's too many other good firms out there than to risk dealing with some of those issues that other people have had. Main reason is I don't like being stuck on that platform. I like being able to trade on TradingView and execute with Trade-Evate, and I don't like being saddled with their crap. I'm just happy you're back with Apex. I mean, unless they do something drastically different, man. There's been all kinds of crap talked about Apex by people. I've never had an issue. I like them a lot. I always had good things to say about them even before I was affiliated with them. And especially after this rule change, I think that they're headed in the right direction. What I want to see them do, and I've talked to them about this, I think they're working on it, is improve the payout speed. That seems like that's improved a lot. And they need to put the lockout feature in like these other firms have. They need to make it so that when you go to buy accounts, you don't have to do 1 account at a time. You can buy, if you're trying to buy 20 evals, you need to be able to buy 20 at a time rather than go through individually buying one. There's a couple things, but nothing, crazy that I think they're on the right track. I love Lucid. No, Lucid's not a scam. I'm trading with them right now. Lucid has the fastest payouts right now in the industry. They have, when you pass eval midday, you can immediately, once they registers midday, you can convert that to a funded and start trading it. You don't have to wait for the market to close and for the stuff to settle. It's almost instantaneous. The payouts, they'll hit your account in under a minute if you're in the US. There's just a lot of really good things with Lucid, man. The flex accounts, I think those are the way to go. Does Apex take people live? They have in the past. They haven't updated that part of their information on their website yet. I think they're working on how that process is going to go. I'm sure they'll let people know soon. Have you messed with NinjaTrader? I have, and it is way too complicated for me, man. Like integrating an account, if you're trying to trade on TradingView and you use Ninja, like I would rather just use TradingView. So like if you buy a Rhythmic account and you're trying to do all that, it just is way too complicated. It's just easier to go with Trade-Evate. I'm like 6 months and still paper trading. I think. Are you having success on paper? I bought the 25K. I'm gonna let y'all know. The 25K flex account, OG. How do payouts work with Lucid? 50% of your total profits up to 2K on the Flex account, but there's no consistency in funded. So you can have up to 5 accounts. So theoretically, you're taking 10K per payout if you're doing max payouts. On the 50K account I'm talking about. Live, they take a percentage of your earnings. Yeah, it's like 10%. That's why they do it, though. I mean, that's why they move people to live, so they can start actually making money off of you from your successful trading in the market. Because before then, the only way they're making money before that is people blowing evals. So if they didn't take a percentage of it, it would kind of be an unsuccessful business model. No, there's no activation fee with Lucid. That one-time fee. And there's also no time limit on your eval, so you can take your time and trade it as long as you want. You don't have to be worried about passing it within 30 days and being recharged or whatever. Apparently, I'm breaking some sort of TikTok rule because I just got a notice that my behavior is out of line. I'd stick with paper then. Yeah, keep sticking with paper. TikTok doesn't like LaCroix. Surprised you're still alive. I stay on until 11. We got 20 seconds. Oh, I got 2. I'm 1 away, Everett. Apparently some comments I've made in the past on people's posts have gotten me some strikes. That's why I don't post comments anymore. You're the most PG creator. Yeah. I don't know, man. TikTok's funky. Field dressing a deer. They don't like that. I've seen crazier stuff than that on TikTok. Bro, I was 1 day away from a 5K payout and I blew it. Super stressed right now. Any advice? I've been there recently. I think anybody who's in here long enough knows that very recently, was it in January or around there? I was about $900 short of a 40K payout and I ended up blowing it all. So I've been there. My recommendation to you is learn from whatever it was that you did. Clearly it was, I mean, I would say most likely it was greed. You allowed those dollar signs to get in the way of good decision making. That's what it was for me when I did it. So make sure that you're not focusing on the dollar amounts. You're focusing on the execution. You're focusing on what's gotten you to where you are so far. You know, good setups, following rules, and taking it one trade at a time, and allow the results to just manifest from the decision making. And it's nothing wrong with taking a little break either, blowing evals. How'd you cope with it? It was going to pay my bills. It honestly, it screwed me up for a little bit, man. I mean, you can't help but sit there and like it definitely messes with you, but you got to learn from it, and realize that you got there before you can do it again. You know, if you were that close, you can do it again. So keep that in mind and build back slowly. Don't try to get it all back at once, because then you're just going to make it take longer. Just build back slowly. Yeah, left a position open with class. That's exactly what happened. Yeah. I was 900 away from a payout for 40K. For 40K on Apex, plus I had some other funded accounts that were tied to it as well that were in profit. They were substantially in profit, and those got, I don't remember if they all got blown at the same time or if it was just they took a significant hit, because I think some of them had a daily loss limit. I was throwing out nonstop this morning. I can understand that. Pray about it, man. Pray about it. Sleep, work out. Make sure you're taking some wins. For me, working out, eating well, getting a good night's sleep if you can, those are wins. So you got to stack those wins back up to get your brain back on track and remember that you can do it. Like you've been there before, you can do it again. It might take a little longer. It's a setback. It's not a, you don't lose your whole progress because a lot of that progress is mental. So you'll bounce back. Don't try to rush it though, because I can tell you from experience, if you try to rush the comeback, you make it take longer than it needs to take. I have 5 Lucid accounts, Gage. 5 funded Lucid accounts. Can you trade funded accounts with TradingView? Yeah. Same way you trade evals. I blew my funded on day 1, was up 750 and got too confident. I think the first time I passed an eval, I passed 2 at the same time and I blew them within like 2 trades. So yeah, I've been there too, man. It's okay. You passed. That's a hurdle to get over that a lot of people never get. That's a win. They did before FX. That's something I'm trying to figure out too, because I can't find it on their website. They did before that big update that they released. It was like you'd get recharged. It's not like the account goes away, but if you don't pass it within the 30 days, they would recharge you the subscription fee. And I don't know if that's still the case. Somebody told me that it's not. Other people say it is. I can't find a clear answer on it, so I don't want to give you an answer one way or the other. Everett says no. They do have an inactive cancellation on accounts. Oh, so if you don't trade, they'll cancel it, but they don't recharge you again like on an eval if you don't pass it within 30 days. Can you trade all accounts together on TradingView? So the way that I do it, I use a platform called TradeSyncer, and I can tie all my accounts together, or however many accounts I want to tie together. And I'll pick a lead account. I'll sign into that lead account on TradingView and just execute on here, and it automatically copies over to the other accounts. So you can't have them all on TradingView, but you can have your lead account signed into over here, and it'll execute on the others. No, there's limited products that you can trade. Did you select? I think you have to have rhythmic. One, there's a way to do it. If you selected Tradeovate when you were buying the eval, then I don't think you can. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't connected any of my accounts to TradeC. I've only paper traded on there just for fun. New Apex is like Lucid. Okay, nice. That's definitely a solid update. No, it's futures. Typically, you're not trading individual stocks. I don't recommend doing that anyway. I'd highly recommend sticking with ES or NQ. $67.70. It'll be a push. I can see it happening. Why does it do that? Just swept that big level there at 24,570 that I had marked out. TP hit, boom. Those are funded. Those were 20 Apex funded accounts. Yeah. Good times. What a reversal off of that. No, I haven't taken another trade. Oh, you're good. You're good, Barkley. All right, Aaron. Have a good day, man. Their orders down there now populating, but it keeps going into areas you would not expect. That's why days like today, you got to realize that early on and try to just avoid it. There's too many days where price looks beautiful and is behaving properly according to Bookmap, that on days like today, you got to say, okay, it's not worth it. I'll just come back on a day where it is behaving more appropriately. Yeah, we took one long unfunded, made some money, and then took two shorts, or was it shorts? I can't remember. Took two trades on an eval and got stopped out on both of them. Negative 500 on eval, up 451 across 13 fundeds. Yo, Bryson, what up? Look at that wick on that 5-minute candle. We get a shotgun of LaCroix. I haven't shotgunned anything in a long time, man. This is the longest I've gone without blowing an account. There you go. How do you recommend finding strategies? I've been trying to find my own, but hard to know where to start. YouTube is a great place, man. There's tons of different strategies: supply and demand, trend line, ICT, order flow, momentum. Supply and demand is probably a good place to start. ICT, I think, is good, but it can get complicated for beginners. Blew a funded today. What strategy do I use that's repeatable? I would say order flow with Bookmap. Order flow momentum with Bookmap. Also ICT. If I see a unicorn ICT setup, I take that. Blew all my fundings today. I hate that for you, man. Make sure you're journaling. Figure out what happened, why you did what you did. You like shorts? Here's what I'm seeing on Bookmap. That's NQ. That's ES. I have no clue where it's going. Yeah, I'm gonna call it there, guys. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm over it. We're negative 500 on 2 evals and plus 451 on 13 funded. So I think that's a good place just to say, hey, done for the day. Yeah, we did, Lord King. We did. How do you read the Bookmap? It takes a little time getting used to it and just doing it. I'll show you tomorrow. Come back tomorrow, HB. I'll explain it early on. I'm kind of burned right now. I'll be back here at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, and hopefully we can get some more trades. I appreciate you guys being here, all the likes, the follows, the comments, the engagement. You guys are awesome. Love you guys. God bless you. Have a good day. Be safe. Don't give any of your profits back. If you're red, don't make it worse. If you've blown accounts, don't load up on a bunch of new evals and full port them because you're pissed. Been there, done that. Doesn't work. Just call it a day. We'll see you guys. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 9 a.m.